Here we go. 4th and 13. He throws it up. There is a flag. Okay, there is a flag. On 4th and 13, Washington is down 14 points in this game with 4 minutes and 46 seconds left. What is this penalty? Will it be an automatic first down for Washington? Penalties on both teams. Penalties offset. Try that over again, Penix. Man, is he flustered? Is he on the edge? Michigan is dominating this game. The pressure has gotten to Penix here. As we watch the end of this game, you know me, we will go through the whole thing. Here we go. Live. 4th and 13. Down 2 scores. What can they do? Penix drops back, throws it. Intercepted! Yes! St. Russell still going! All the way down to the 7-yard line. Is there any flags on that one? No. Michigan is going to win this national championship, just like I told all of you on my videos previously. They are seconds away from going up 3 scores with under 4 minutes. There's 4 minutes and 29 seconds left in this game. I knew the pressure was going to lead to an interception again. Will Johnson's interception in the first half was amazing. Or was it the third quarter? I cannot remember. This game has been back and forth, ebb and flow. Punts. We had that punt game where Tommy Doman was getting some good punts, and then their punter was getting some good punts, pitting us all the way down. Michigan's starting field position has not been great. Here we go. Almost a touchdown for Corum. Oh my God. Woo! Who's got it better than us? Nobody. That's right. To be the man, you have to be the man. Ric Flair said that one. Oh, and Michigan is the man right now. Wow. Wow. I thought this might get ugly early when Michigan was up 14-3. Here we go. Touchdown. Corum. What a way to send him off to the NFL. Edwards with his amazing contribution tonight with them 2 long touchdown runs. It is 33-13, barring the extra point. What a game, what a game. Let's talk about it while we finish it out. We know who won. We know who won up 3 touchdowns now. Oh my God, I called it. I said 38-24. Michigan's defense did even better than I thought they would, and I knew they were elite. Wow. The defensive line gets all the credit, getting into Michael Penix's mind. And he could not throw the ball in rhythm at all tonight. He was leaning one way or another every time he was throwing the ball. He missed wide open guys because of the defensive line. It wasn't Michigan's secondary, but they did capitalize with a couple interceptions there at the end. Like I said, Blake Corum, holy shit, adding to his record rushing touchdowns for Michigan. He's fourth in the Big Ten before this game. I don't know, all time. Has he passed anybody? Wow, 3:37 left in this game. It all started and Samaj Morgan made another mistake. And again, it wasn't his first mistake. He should have fair caught the kickoff to start this game. But then Corum had a 4-yard run. Cornelius Johnson had an 8-yard catch. Corum had a 7-yard run. It was beautiful, mixing the run and the pass and inside, outside. They could not return it to the 20. Washington, they're alive. After that, Cornelius Johnson had a 10-yard catch, and then Mullings had a 14-yard run out of the backfield. McCarthy was sacked by LA for 4 yards. But then Donovan Edwards had a 41-yard touchdown run. I was waiting for him to show up, and he did. It was 7-0 early Michigan after the first drive, which was 8 plays, 84 yards. That took almost 5 minutes of game time. Washington then got the ball, and they answered with a long-ass drive of their own. 14 plays, 67 yards, taking 6 minutes and 18 seconds. But it took 2 timeouts. Took 2 timeouts in their first possession to get a field goal. And that's when I knew Michigan's just better. Only 3 minutes and 56 seconds left in the first quarter. Michigan got the ball again, and Morgan again made a bad decision on the kickoff, which Michigan started at their own 14-yard line, but it only took 4 plays where they went 86 yards that time in 1 minute and 33 seconds. Maybe a targeting on Michigan Live here at the end of this game. So that's not good. I don't know.
He did come in with the crown of the helmet, but he went over the top and got him with his shoulder. The replay can't support it.
That's tough. That's a tough one. Doesn't really matter because it's the last game of the season, and they need 21 points. But anyway. On Washington's first drive, they got a field goal. And then on Michigan's second drive, they got another touchdown. Like I said, Morgan, come on, man. But Roman Wilson beat the secondary for 37 yards. So there's no targeting, they say. Will Johnson did not target. Then Morgan dropped a pass. He's a freshman, okay? I don't want to rag on him. That's the last time I'm going to do it in this video. But the Don struck again after that for a 46-yard touchdown run. It was 14-3 Michigan, and I started to think 38-24 wasn't enough for my prediction. That was my prediction for the game, Michigan 38-24. Washington's next possession, that was incomplete for Penix right there alive. Penix had a 5-yard run, and on 3rd and 5, Sainristil wrapped up McClellan in space. It was a 3-and-out, and one of a few to come for this Michigan defense. Michigan then got the ball, and Corum had a 59-yard run right away behind the rightful Joe Moore award-winning offensive line over the last 2 seasons. It should have been 3 straight. Isn't that right, Washington? 3rd and 3 live, and they're not going to get there. It's going to be 4th down. So Corum got the ball for Michigan and had a 4th, that's what it said. And Michigan called a timeout on a 3rd and 4. And on 3rd and 4, it was incomplete, and the field goal was good. It was 17-3 Michigan. Washington got the ball, and Odunze had a 10-yard catch outside. That's the only place they could get some catches was the screen variety, wide receiver screen variety, get it outside in space. And it worked for a little while. Polk had a 15-yard catch on the inside after that, and a snap infraction on Washington backed them up. It was 3rd and 14 after another pressure from Michigan. And then they had a false start, one of many. And on 3rd and 19, McMillan had a 12-yard catch. On 4th and 7, Penix overthrew Odunze. He was wide open. It might have been a touchdown, and it was a turnover on downs instead. The pressure was getting to Penix early and often. Michigan started at their own 47-yard line, but they couldn't do anything with it. They went 3 and out after that. Hampton made a great play versus Loveland, punching the ball out on the sideline, and on 3rd and 10 it was incomplete. So Washington got the ball back, but Kenneth Grant was amazing and sacked almost another interception live. This defense. Kenneth Grant sacked Penix for 12 yards. And on 3rd and 22, they had a 15-yard check down, and it was a 3 and out. They punted the ball. Michigan got the ball, and Corum had an 8-yard run. Orgy had a 13-yard run. All right, that's cool. Don't let him come back in. Instead, they had him run again, and then all of a sudden, JJ has to come in and clean things up. I don't like that at all, but it worked for that one play for a 13-yard run. Muhammad then got hurt for Washington. And he might have not gotten the memo that Michigan's team is full of grown men. You cannot do a shoulder tackle on Blake Corum. You will get hurt. You will get hurt. And on 3rd and 8, Edwards had 5 yards. And this was one of the crucial plays. 4th and 3, Harbaugh called his second timeout. They were going to go for it. He called a timeout, thought about it, and they went for it. And I don't mind it at all. Be aggressive. With 4:46 left in the half, Michigan was 17-21 on 4th down up until that point this season. But this time it was incomplete on the outside. I liked going for it, but I didn't like the outside play call. Run the ball on 4th and 3. Or do a play action over the middle, something of that variety, not a straight out route. But it was incomplete, and Washington got the ball back at their own 38-yard line. And then Washington, all these Washington players looking like they're hurting. They're gimping around right now on the field. They're showing replays of them wincing, and man, Michigan's a physical team. I'm here to say. That's why they are national champions. And they will be next year, because a lot of these people are going to go pro, but everyone under them that have gotten playing time is coming back. Whether Harbaugh does or not, we'll find out that in the coming days. But Westover started a nice drive for Washington. 11 plays, 61 yards. For a touchdown in 4 minutes. He had a 10-yard catch. Odunze had a 9-yard catch. And then almost another interception. Westover then had an 11-yard catch. On 3rd and 10, Sainristil held McMullen as Penix got crunched. So it was an automatic 1st down for Washington. 1st and goal at Michigan's 8-yard line. And then Makari Page had a great tackle on the, my God, he was on the outside. He ducked under a guy, threw him off, and then jumped towards the runner and tackled him. Man, that was an amazing play. But Penix then found McMillan on 4th and goal for a 3-yard touchdown. It was 17-10 at that point. With 42 seconds left, Loveland had a 19-yard catch, but CJ then got an 8-yard catch, but didn't get out of bounds. And the half eventually ended after Michigan punted to the 1-yard line, and they took a knee. At the end of the half, it was 17-10, Michigan. No surprise that Michigan was leading in rushing yards, and Washington was leading in passing yards at halftime. The third quarter started amazing for Michigan. On the very first play for Washington, they got the ball to start the half. Will Johnson intercepted Penix because of pressure on Penix by Graham and others, Mason Graham. So Michigan got the ball right away, bam, and got a field goal out of it. They could have been more aggressive. I was wondering where the aggressiveness went in this game, but Corum had a 13-yard run to Washington's 16-yard line, and then Michigan had 2 penalties for 5 yards, which backed them up. And on 3rd and 18, Loveland had a 3-yard catch, but Turner made his second field goal of this game to make it a 20-10 game. Michigan won. Let's go. Washington's Odunze had an 8-yard catch after that on their next possession on an outside screen. That's all they could do. Cope had a 14-yard catch, and then a late hit by Michigan added 15 yards. On 3rd and 8, Westover had a 13-yard catch, and the field goal was good for Washington. It was a 7-point game. Michigan's Edwards had a 4-yard run, and then another 4-yard run, and then Corum had a 0-yard run, 3 and out for Michigan. What happened to the ingenuity on offense? Are they saving it for the end of the game is what I was thinking. Washington then, Polk had a nice screen for 11 yards. Michigan only allows outside screens, apparently. That's all they allow. And on 3rd and 10, they had a false start. On 3rd and 15, it was incomplete. They punted to Michigan's 6-yard line. Then Michigan punted to Washington's 10-yard line. And then Washington punted to Michigan's 16-yard line. And then CJ dropped a big play for Michigan, Cornelius Johnson. And on 3rd and 6, McCarthy tripped over his own legs for a 1-yard scramble, and it was 3 and out for Michigan. Washington got the ball, but Keon Sabb had a nice pass breakup. It was a holding on Washington, which backed them up on a huge play to Odunze. He had that catch, and it was a hold. Back it up. On 3rd and 18, Johnson had 9 yards, and it was a 3 and out for Washington. Loveland then started off Michigan's next possession in the 4th quarter here with a catch over the middle for 41 yards, a catch and run, and he was a beast. Wilson then had a 12-yard catch off of some play action rollout action, and it was awesome. Corum then had his first touchdown, and it was a 12-yard touchdown run. It was 27-13 Michigan. Then Odunze had a 44-yard catch for Washington, but a false start on them backed them up. Penix just seems like he didn't want to get hit all game, and that was affecting his throws. And on 3rd and 13, he overthrew another guy, and on 4th and 13, Michigan called a timeout, and then, like I said, as I came in here live with all of you, let's see what JJ has to say.
I just love my teammates so much. I love my coaches. It's bittersweet because this is going to be the last time we get to play together. I love those guys so much. It's such a special.
Oh, that might be some breaking news. Last time we get to play together. Is he talking about him? Is he talking about Jim Harbaugh, or is he talking about all the seniors that are leaving and Jim Harbaugh and him are going to stay? We will not think about that right now because Michigan just won the national championship. And it was the first time since 1997. And we can finally say that we didn't split a national championship in our last one. And we can say we have 12 of them. That's second most amongst all FBS programs, except the ones that don't play football anymore, like Yale and Harvard and whatnot. But we are second to Alabama now. What do they have? 18. We have 12. 12. We're coming for you. Gosh. There's so many things to talk about. Michigan won this game 34-13. It was a dominant performance all season by these youngsters and all the players that came back. The 1 more year fund. Blake Corum, Zach Zinter, hopefully he recovers healthily and gets into the NFL. How many of these players are going to go pro? Is it going to be 20 like Harbaugh said before the season started? Or is it going to be more like 15-ish? And 5 of these players that could go pro come back to help out next year's squad. That's what I'm hoping. Right around 15 or so. Whatever Georgia had in 2021, right? We have the best defense this decade, don't we? I know what they did to TCU, but we softened them up for Georgia. Man. National champs. That's the way to put it, Blake Corum. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I'm going to go celebrate with my friends and family, and it's going to be awesome. Get on the chat with John D'Adamo and the other Michigan faithful out there. We did it. They did it. They did it. I'm so proud of this team. We'll see what happens in the future, but you got to revel in this moment right now. Michigan is your 2023 national champions. Let's go blue.